What's up, MetaNerds? For this breakdown, we'll be pulling from every source available to understand the Orion-class assault carrier, a formidable capital ship in the UNSC Navy, which is a product of human ingenuity and technological advancement, particularly during the tumultuous time periods of the Insurrection and Human Covenant War. Manufactured by the renowned Sino-Viet Heavy Machinery, a company that notably produced a range of civilian road vehicles, the Orion-class stands as a testament to Sino-Viet's versatility and engineering prowess. You might have seen Sino-Viet's ubiquitous trucks on Human Worlds, and they demonstrated a capability in space technology by constructing and disassembling spacecraft. Their facilities, spread across key human worlds including Earth, Reach, and Endesia, were instrumental in producing the bulk of the UNSC's naval fleet, ranging from carriers to frigates. The Orion-class, with its imposing dimensions of 2,220 meters in length, 610 meters wide, and 660 meters tall, with a mass of 40 million tons, is a behemoth in space warfare. Its hull is a marvel of materials engineering, comprised of 0.9 to 1.75 meters of titanium A1 battleplate. This advanced armor is not just any titanium, but a high-grade titanium 50, molecularly strengthened with stacked nanotubes, and sandwiched with elastic polymer composites and intermetallic laminates. This composition ensures resilience against hypervelocity projectile impacts, as well as dispersing the energy in plasma-based weapons. The dull gray plates are more than just passive protection. They're integrated with thermal superconducting radiators to efficiently dissipate heat into space. Moreover, the area between these armor plates is filled with shock-hardening fluids and encapsulated healing agents, similar to the tech found in Spartan armor, which enables the hull to automatically seal minor breaches and reduce spall from impacts. Powering this colossal ship is a fusion reactor, at the heart of which lies the innovative fusion drive system. This system primarily employs an inertial electrostatic fusion reactor, or a series of such reactors with fused deuterium and helium-3 atoms. This fusion process generates a stable and abundant supply of superheated plasma, which is all contained within a magnetic field. The plasma is then directed into exhaust manifolds, combined with water or hydrogen reaction mass, and vectored out the engine nozzles to propel the ship. The drive system's design incorporates inertial electrostatic containment and higher-order manifolds to control fusion backblast. The inclusion of magnetic fields and thrust vectoring plates enhances the ship's maneuverability, a critical feature for a vessel of its size in the dynamic environments of space combat. In comparison with other ships of the UNSC fleet, the Orion-class assault carrier is not just a symbol of might, but also a floating fortress and command center. Its size and power plant capabilities far exceed those of smaller frigates or destroyers, enabling it to carry a substantial complement of spacecraft and marines. Its robust armor and advanced propulsion systems make it a formidable opponent both against human insurgents and the technologically advanced Covenant Armada. And so in many ways, its role in the UNSC fleet is both strategic and symbolic, serving as a deterrent to enemies while also showcasing the pinnacle of human spacefaring capabilities. Though I'm sure many insurgents saw it differently, being hunted by the state's high-tech Leviathan that they fed with their endless taxes. Its assault carrier capabilities are further augmented by its advanced Slipspace drive, the Kawanishi Engineering SED-2494B SFTE Coden 3, a pinnacle of interstellar propulsion technology. This slipspace drive allows the Orion-class to traverse vast distances at an immense slipspace velocity of 1.89 light-years per day. This speed is critical in their strategic deployment across the galaxy, ensuring rapid response and reinforcement capabilities in its various theaters of war. Navigation is managed through a state-of-the-art UNA uplinked navigation computer paired with the Explorer 15 navigation suite. This combination offers unparalleled accuracy and efficiency in plotting courses through both real space and slipspace. The sophisticated navigation systems are essential for the precise maneuvers required by a ship of the Orion-class's size, especially when operating near other fleets, both friendly and enemy, and coming out of space near complex gravitational fields or near celestial objects. Features 2 distinct hangar bays, each designed for specific types of spacecraft. One hangar is dedicated to starfighters, ensuring quick deployment and recovery during combat operations, while the other is reserved for transport craft, facilitating the movement of troops and supplies. There are several different mission-dependent loadouts, but each very impressive and could include 12 to 24 GA-TL-1 longswords, renowned for their versatility and firepower, ideal for close-up air support, 36 D-82 EST darters, which are smaller, agile fighters, 36 D-77TC Pelicans, the workhorse for troop and cargo transport, and 28 D-96 TCE Albatrosses, used for heavy lifting and large-scale troop deployment. This diverse array of spacecraft enables the Orion-class to perform in a wide range of missions, from air superiority to ground support and logistics. And like I said, it's not just a warship, but also a mobile command center and troop carrier. Located towards the bow of the ventral side are the barracks, housing a formidable contingent of 3,000 UNSC Marines and 800 ODSTs, or orbital drop shock troopers. These troops are the backbone for ground operations, capable of rapidly being deployed to any planet, moon, or spaceport, and the ship's crew itself was a testament to the complexity of the requirements of such a large vessel, with 1,450 sailors responsible for the vessel's operation, as well as constant maintenance, and an overall 1,200 flight crew members dedicated to managing the extensive array of aircraft. And its armament is a testament to its role as a dominant force in space warfare. Central to its arsenal are two Series 3 heavy coil 19A3R6 magnetic accelerator cannons, or MACs. These weapons are a pinnacle of human military technology, leveraging the principles of the coil gun to deliver devastating kinetic strikes. The operational mechanisms of a MAC is rooted in electromagnetism. It utilizes a series of coiled conducting wires, or solenoids, to accelerate a projectile. Each solenoid, when activated, generates a magnetic field that pulls the projectile forward. As the projectile passes through one coil, the next coil activates, continually accelerating the projectile down the length of the gun. The longer the MAC, the greater the muzzle velocity of the projectile, translating to more destructive power upon impact. And not needing all those specialized parts of an artillery shell, it's just drawing from the same energy that's used for everything else on the ship in a simple, solid projectile as ammunition. This mechanism differs fundamentally from that of a railgun, which also uses electromagnetic forces, but accelerates a projectile along two conducting rails. Despite that difference, railguns are sometimes colloquially referred to as MACs, as seen with the mini-MAC armament of the M510 Mammoth. But firing a MAC requires a significant amount of energy. UNSC ships, including the Orion, channel that power from their fusion reactors into capacitors to build up the necessary charge. This process, while essential for firing, does divert powers from other systems like engines, necessitating strategic decisions about when to charge and fire these weapons. But they can be fired at less than 100% charge, allowing for quicker firing rates at the expense of projectile velocity, and the option of having warning shots or not completely obliterating your target. And they're also versatile in their ammunition choices. They can fire a range of munitions, from dense ferric tungsten rounds to low-mass or depleted uranium slugs. The Orion-class likely employs heavy rounds given its role as a capital ship, and these projectiles can vary in size and mass, from 10 meters long, 160-ton rounds, which are mostly used by the smaller frigates, to the colossal 3,000-ton projectiles fired by orbital defense platforms, which can reach velocities of up to 40% the speed of light. Additionally, MACs on ships like the UNSC Infinity can fire various sub-caliber munitions through their massive 27-meter bores, including special rounds like drone missiles or even cargo pods and small spacecraft. The versatility of MAC munitions allows for a wide range of tactical applications, from direct ship-to-ship combat to strategic bombardment, or even unconventional uses like deploying cargo or drones. Pause to thank Betterhelp for sponsoring this video. Betterhelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With Betterhelp, you can tap into their network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists that can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences when it comes to therapy. That way, Betterhelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's through chat, text, or a video or phone call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule therapy sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch therapists for no additional charge. With Betterhelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you'd expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who's custom-picked for you, there's more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/MetaNerdz. That's betterhelp.com/MetaNerdz. I've also linked them down in the description. And the assault carrier's armament is further enhanced by its extensive missile systems, featuring either 30 pods of M42 Archer missiles or 60 pods of M58 Archers. The 58 Archer is the most versatile and widely used missile in human naval combat.
Understood. Archer missiles inbound.
Favored not only for its cost-effectiveness, size, and agility, but also for its sophisticated targeting system and modular warhead design. This enables the M58 to engage a broad spectrum of targets, from capital ships to space fighters and even ground troops, all both in and out of atmosphere, and the myriad environmental factors you face across different planets. Each M58 Archer missile is significantly more compact than its predecessor, the M42, measuring 16.5 meters in length, with a wingspan of 2.32 meters and a fuselage diameter of 1.5 meters. Despite its small size, it packs a considerable punch with a maximum weight of 6,650 kilograms and a warhead payload of 1,650 kilograms. The missile's propulsion is provided by a Trimino hydrazine rocket booster, capable of accelerating it to velocities exceeding dozens of kilometers per second. Additionally, the Archer is equipped with course correction thrusters integrated into its fins, which also serve as stabilizers when in atmospheric flight. The construction of the M58 Archer features lightweight aluminum steel paired with a thin layer of ceramics, offering protection against high-speed debris, and likely even small arms fire. But of course it won't stop proper anti-air defenses. There it's just going to rely on its high velocity for evasion. The reinforced nose of the missile, composed of overlapping graphene sheets, is designed to retain its shape even when penetrating solid armor. A standout feature of the M58 is its networked AI system, which becomes more sophisticated with each missile launched. This is operating through an AN-DBK56 computing array and coordinates the flight information of nearby archers, optimizing both their power and survivability. And guidance to the target is achieved through integrated radar and LiDAR optics. And they also come with various types of warheads, each tailored for specific tactical roles. The M58A, high explosive, vacuum enhanced. This was the default warhead designed for space use and features an explosive substance enhanced by a reaction mass, improving both range and damage potential. And it's even more effective when detonated against a mass like armor. The M58B, electric warfare, disrupts electronics and computer networks through a high-energy electromagnetic pulse, affecting vehicles, guided munitions, and occasionally spacecraft. The M58C, ionic, specifically targeting energy shields, using hydrogen ions that turn into plasma upon impact, weakening the energy bonds in these shield generators. The M58D, multiple independently targeted vehicle, or MITV, carries 7 high-speed missiles and is used for air defense, almost like a combo of a flechette round, and with the effect of flak, it's effective against space fighters and incoming projectiles. M58E Decoy lacks a conventional payload and houses a radiation emitter to draw enemy fire, emitting a high-energy infrared and radio signature to distract enemy defenses and clear the path for more powerful weapons. And then turning to the assault carrier itself, you'll see an array of point defense systems designed to protect the vessel from smaller, fast-moving threats like incoming missiles and strike craft. 14 twin M66 Sentry 279mm 36 caliber naval autocannons were significant components of the Orion-class's defensive armament. The M66's large caliber and twin barrel configuration provides substantial firepower, capable of engaging and neutralizing a variety of threats, including enemy fighters and incoming projectiles. Their size and power make them particularly effective against larger and more resilient targets that may get past the outer layers of a ship's defenses, which include the 20 quad M870 Rampart 50mm 50 cal point defense guns, which is widely adopted within the Rampart point defense gun family. Its popularity stems from its balance of size, power, and versatility. Compared to the later and more powerful models, the M870 is relatively smaller, but surpasses all the earlier versions in terms of firepower, which makes it suitable for everything from smaller corvettes and freighters to these massive supercarriers like the Orion-class. Each M870 Rampart turret features a compact design with 2 linked batteries, each housing twin 50mm barrels. This setup allows a full 180-degree vertical traverse for each battery, providing comprehensive coverage against threats from all angles. The system's secondary sensor optics, combined with data from the mothership's main computer, enable effective engagement of targets even from obstructed angles. Its 50mm rounds, though smaller than those fired out of other point defense guns, are fired at extremely high velocities, granting them an effective range of up to 20 kilometers, and can be autonomously switched between various ammunition types, including flak, ultra-dense rounds, and magnetized rounds for countering plasma torpedoes. Each barrel can discharge up to 360 rounds per minute, amounting to a total firing rate of 1,440 RPM in this quad setup. While the system's firing sectors are unified under a single motor mechanism, its segmented design simplifies maintenance and repair, allowing for quick component replacement during combat. Then we have the 26 M810 Helix 35mm 99 caliber point defense guns. Described as spun up and hot, these rotary cannons are likely automated and operated by an artificial intelligence, similar to other UNSC point defense systems. The Helix's primary role is to intercept and destroy inbound threats, such as strike craft and missiles. Its 35 caliber and high rate of fire make it especially effective against swarms of smaller, fast-moving targets that could pose a significant risk to the carrier. Together, these defense systems form a layered and robust defense network around the Orion-class assault carrier. Its combination of heavy autocannons, versatile medium-caliber ramparts, and rapid-fire helix guns ensures that the carrier is well equipped to deal with a wide range of threats, from large enemy vessels and strike craft to fast-moving missiles and torpedoes. This comprehensive defensive armament is crucial for the Orion-class, whether fighting humans or aliens. Looking to its history, after it was developed by the UNSC Navy, it became a pivotal asset during the Insurrection and Human Covenant War, serving primarily as a planetary assault vessel. Introduced in the early stages of the insurrection, the Orion-class was designed to address the urgent need for extensive peacekeeping operations, which would become a hallmark of the conflict. These carriers, while not as heavily armed as their successors and equipped to handle only moderate attacks, were uniquely capable in planetary invasion scenarios due to their internal manufacturing facilities, similar to those found on some colony ships, and of course their vast complement of armored ground troopers. The deployment of the first Orion-class carriers occurred within the first 5 years of the Civil War. They were mass-produced to spearhead offensive operations against the fragmented and disorganized conflicts which characterized the early insurrectionists, often referred to as bushfire wars. The Orion-class quickly proved its worth during this period and became a symbol of the UNSC's impending victory. However, the onset of the Human Covenant War dramatically changed the operational landscape for these carriers. Their relatively weaker defenses became a significant liability, leading to heavy losses, particularly in the first 5 years of that war. The loss of space superiority often spelled defeat in ground engagements, and with the Orion-class carriers deployed extensively across the outer colonies, they suffered disproportionately high casualty rates compared to other capital ships. The few that survived this brutal period were either withdrawn to the inner colonies to bolster defenses against prolonged sieges, or repurposed to lead expeditionary fleets targeting Covenant logistics. By the end of the Human Covenant War, only a few Orion-class carriers remained, largely those that had been reassigned to support manufacturing efforts. These surviving vessels were crucial in the recolonization of habitable planets and in the search for lost human colonies. Under the auspices of the newly formed UNSC Frontier Command, they played a key role in the post-war recovery and exploration efforts. And despite their significance, not a single Orion-class carrier would endure beyond the created crisis. Whether lost to sabotage, battle, or just decommissioning, the legacy of the Orion-class carriers is marked by their pivotal role in some of the most challenging periods of human space history. The story reflects the evolution of naval warfare and the shifting priorities of the UNSC, from peacekeeping efforts against less heavily armed humans, to being overpowered by alien forces in large-scale conflicts, to the post-war reconstruction and exploration period. That's it for its breakdown. And there isn't much for behind-the-scenes fact, except for a lot of these details come from Halo Fleet Battles and the Halo Encyclopedia. So be sure to check those out if you want to read up more on this and tons of other cool things. Please hit that like button, it's the best way to help me out. Subscribe if you want to see more, and check out these other videos, I'm sure you'll like them. But most important of all, remember, the small bushfire wars of the future will make the world wars of the past seem like a regional conflict. And may the domain guide you, always.